Hey everyone, I was hoping you guys could actually see my hair better because I'm gonna actually be playing in my hair. Okay, I don't know, the sun is being weird today. Hi. I made it. God bless you. Welcome to my live. Um, Hopefully, well, I know for a fact, I can assure you this live would not be as long as the Bible studies because I don't have that much to say, but I do have a lot to say. And like I said, this is not a Bible study. This is not Bible based. This is a hair update and a um, life update, as you would. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Um, so there's gonna, I don't want to say, it's definitely not permanent changes, but there are going to be some things differently that goes on. For how long, I don't know. Mainly because my hair is acting really, really different. I don't know if it is pregnancy related or I just lost my touch. Good afternoon, Rosalind. I don't know, y'all. My hair just acting so crazy. And I'm going to throw out my problems, and maybe because I believe in a community. I believe in people helping one another. So I'm going to throw my problems out there, and hopefully someone watching has some type of advice, because let's be clear, just because you're a YouTuber does not equip or is equivalent to knowing everything, because we don't. A lot of times we're trial and error, and we're probably more trial and error than you guys are, simply because we have our own curiosity, and then we have the curiosity that you guys may influence on us with certain products and stuff. But so I did say good afternoon, Annette from New York. Yay! Hi. So you and I on the same time right now, so that's cool. Like I said, I was worried about this being a little early. I do know it's probably gonna take a little while for people to start coming in. I don't care about that because there's always a playback. But and my playbacks be looking really good, you guys. Like, people really be going back and watching from the beginning. I appreciate that. But so y'all know I'm pregnant. I do have a pregnancy vlog that I hope I post later. So I'm not going to talk too much because obviously I'm ahead of the time I created that video. But as of today, I am 10 weeks in 2 days, I think. Um, yeah, still very sick, still very hot, still very uncomfortable. And like I said, something is going on with my scalp, and it's something I kind of noticed with COVID. My scalp is really, really sensitive right now, to the point where I do not want to touch it at all. Hi, Eleanor. Eleanor. Make sure I put the R on there. But I don't know what to say, y'all. I just watched a few videos where they were saying pregnancy to really change their hair time, and it's funny. Yes. I don't like, y'all, my hair is coarse. Like, okay, look. Okay, this is my two pigtails. Obviously, I've been wearing my wig because it's like, yo, it's either a wig or I'm gonna look like this. So I've been wearing like these two pigtails under my wig. And you may say, honey, where did you do that? Honey, you just gotta make sure you got a brand new cap. That brand new cap was gonna hold everything in there. Like, I used to look at it like, dang, like, what did they be using? Now, a lot of people, can't do everything like everybody. Like, I do understand that, if your hair is like the twat length, then it's probably best to go ahead and get your cornrows down, because otherwise your wig is gonna look like that. But for me, I think I got just enough length where I can get away with just like literally pulling my hair back down like this, and it's invisible. But as y'all can see, my hair just like, oh man. But I'm gonna do something to it in front of y'all, which I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, because my hair product that I really, really want to use is in my husband's car. Reasons being is because it's really that bomb, and I really be taking it with me just in case I gotta do something to one of our hairs. So I don't know right now. I do know I'm gonna spray water on my hair, so let me go ahead and start that process. But and if I'm all over the place, y'all already know our personalities, me and my husband's. we're random like that. But I'm gonna try to get everything out that I need to talk to you guys about. Like I said, the videos have slowed down, especially the hair content. One, because I'm sick as a dog, and two, because my hair is really acting so different that I'm kind of like, it scared me to the point where I start doing way less. Like, I'm just like, bruh, what is happening? Like, I don't want to be sitting here bald headed, because if you know, or if you've been here from the beginning, then you know my channel started off based on the fact that I was going through postpartum shedding. And I'm not trying to have pre-shedding. Like, I'm not trying to, because my hair, like, I got out of the shower like one of my last wash, not the last one, probably like 3 wash days ago. And I was like, this is a lot of hair. And it scared me to death, because I'm just like, no, no, no. Because I already made up my mind, y'all. If my hair breaks off the way it did with my son after I have him, I'm going to cut my hair. And when I say cut my hair, I'm not talking about 2 inches, 3 inches. I'm going to do like probably that much. This much is going to be off my hair. Like, no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like, I probably would just have just enough to do like a really curly, pretty afro. Plain and simple. I ordered some B&B pine tar. They were saying that it helps after pregnancy. And good thing I already have some of that, and I have not used it all, so I don't think. But I did say this, because the same way I am now is the same way I was after I had my son, which was did not want to touch my scalp and did not want to touch my hair. Like, I don't know what in the world was going on with me, or, you know, my mind. I mean, of course, I had a C-section, and of course I was breastfeeding, so all that stuff matters. But also, I don't know, y'all, like, I wish I knew what it was. Like, it has to be some type of deficiency in something to make my scalp like hurt. I'm talking about like hurt, and I be sitting here itching, because that's something else that's happening too. I have to, like, I feel like right now I really could wash my hair right now and not even care, like, that I just put all these products, which I'm not going to put a lot in there, but my hair is so easily dirty, and this is a lot. I'm going to slow down, because it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, and I'm not trying to have y'all like, what are you talking about? Okay, let me tell you something else that's going on too. So, before I found out I was pregnant, I was actually trying to see how long I can go without washing my hair, because I've been doing some like secret investigation with other YouTubers. Like, I've been looking at their stuff. Like, a lot of them do this a lot. Like, a lot of people who have like really long hair come on YouTube a lot saying, watch me take down like some 6-week-old dookie braids and stuff like that. And I'm just like, but wait, y'all preach and teach to us that we should wash our hair every day. Well, not every day, but every week. And I'm just like, okay, so maybe I'm tripping. So then I start analyzing and watching people even closer, and it's like, wait, are you really washing your hair every week, or is that what you just told? You know what I'm saying? Like, just paying attention to details. And y'all, I'm so lazy right now that I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I got my DIY aloe vera oil, so I'm just gonna put that on my hair. I'm gonna keep it real simple. We know this is a real good oil. It's really good for your hair, so it's not like I'm not doing anything to my hair, but I'm not doing a lot to my hair, if that makes sense. I just need my hair soft and moisture sealed, if that makes sense. So that's all I'm gonna do. But that way I don't have to be too preoccupied with what I'm doing, right? Like, I won't be sitting here, you know, not getting the job done. So there you have it. Okay, but anyway, back to what I was saying. I've been watching a lot of other YouTubers, and this is not to pick and poke fun. This is something else that I've been dying to talk about too, but then life happened, so that part. But I've been watching them, and I've been paying really close attention, because I'm like, there's a lot of beef going on in the community as usual about what really grows hair and what doesn't. And what prompted this was, I was watching a young lady talk about how you know, her YouTube kind of blew up when she started talking about how she grew her hair, and then like she did a big chop and now she's trying to regrow her hair back out. And she was like, people really be gravitating towards the hair growth videos, but when she talk about like other aspects and stuff of her life, like they don't really, which I kind of learned that as time went on. I'm like, you can't, everybody ain't gonna be interested in everything, so I don't take it personal. I just be like, you're gonna watch what you're gonna watch. But me being on both sides of YouTube, like I'm an active watcher, like I watch content as well as I create content. I can say that obviously whatever I'm interested in, that's what I'm gonna indulge my time in. Like right now, obviously I'm watching a lot of gender reveal, like things change in your life and you're gonna watch different things. And obviously being a Christian, I am gonna be a little more critical of what I watch, but I'm human too, so I still have other interests and stuff. Like I've been watching a lot of food stuff too, like Tasty, or I can't think of the name of it, but Cocoa Butter. That's another YouTube channel. I've been watching a lot of channels that talk about different people trying different dishes. Like I'm so interested in that because I think it's very satisfying to know that like different people got different taste buds. Like me and my husband has really, really different taste buds. So it makes for interesting, like sit down, like we both order the same thing and then we both have like two different opinions about it. But I've been watching a lot of that stuff. And those numbers are pretty high because a lot of people like cooking and a lot of people like new recipes and a lot of people like, seeing how other people cook and stuff. Like kind of women like type stuff, But I don't know if y'all can see that, but my hair is looking like 110%. And of course my ends are but okay, listen y'all. My ends been like kind of dying off and stuff, but my hair is still growing. So I don't know how to feel about that because of course I want to keep everything, but I don't know. I've been trying my best to take care of my ends, but they are really dry. Like really dry right now. But anyway, so thank you, Eleanor. I'm glad I'm not the only one because I don't know, it's just something about people's opinions and stuff that just kind of interests me. But okay, make this relevant, Shara. Get it together. All right, so back to, like I said, hair growing and stuff. Okay, so obviously a lot of people, like an underlying thing that even whether the people who say something against it actually admit to it or not, at the end of the day, you would prefer longer hair if you could. Now, not saying that you don't ever go through a phase that's like, I kind of like wearing my hair short because I've been through that phase where I'm like, I don't want my hair touching my neck or something. But I also was at a point in my life where I'm like, I think I grew my hair as long as I could have. And I'm not there right now. Like I don't feel like that no more. I'm like, okay, now I know more. Now I know the factors and stuff that goes into like growing your hair and stuff. So no, I don't think I've grown my hair as long as I could have. So now I don't think to go like, oh, something's wrong with my hair, let me cut it. Like just go cut it. Like I'm not thinking like that no more. I'm thinking like, what can I do to make my hair healthier? And that's because I have hope. But like I said, when you're dealing with postpartum, it's kind of different because it's like, okay, once your hair starts falling out, like it's gonna grow back, but there's sometimes a big gap between when it does and when it doesn't. So you start doing, you start thinking about what will make sense. All right, instead of just watching my hair fall out piece by piece, let me just go ahead and cut it even. Like that's how you start thinking. But when your hair is healthy and you're watching all these people, show you and advise you that your hair isn't as long as it could be, then you're going to invest more time in videos that will actually help you make that happen, if that makes sense. But I will admit that me personally, are you familiar with the New Growth Natural? She's growing her hair waist length. I don't know. That sounds familiar. I know there's another girl that's called Insignious, I don't know, Strands, where her her hair is touching, I think, the back of her knee, and she is aiming to her feet, if I'm not mistaken. So she's really trying to grow her hair. Oh, I just love this aloe vera oil. It's a great detangler. But yeah, so um what was I saying, y'all? But yeah, like whatever you're looking for, you're gonna find it on YouTube. Like if you're just like, man, I'm just trying to get my hair to touch my back, you're probably gonna find somebody in the same exact stage as you. If you're like me, where I'm like, okay, my hair, well, I don't know if it went straight, but like even in a non taken care of state, it can touch my shoulder. Like I'm looking and aiming towards possibly mid back. Is the aloe vera oil as good as your herbal oil? Yes and no. This is another video I want to do something about, talking about I didn't put no daggone water on my hair. Okay, hold on. I want to do a video about oils that will probably do very well alone, like without mixing. And I think aloe vera oil is one of those oils that even if you're not into mixing and you're not into dabbling here and there, that's a really good place to be with aloe vera oil. Another oil I would give that to is Jamaican black castor oil. I've went years using just that, and I had absolutely no problems with growing my hair or taking care of my hair. As far as like holding on to what I have, or breakage or damage, like I did not feel like I was neglecting my hair in any form and fashion. Another oil that I say that will stand alone and be okay is olive oil. Like olive oil, castor oil, and aloe vera oil is oils that I feel like they're good, which is why I included all of them in my oil. But like I said, my oil purpose was to cover everything, like not to leave anything behind, because different people have different deficiencies in their hair and their diet, such as vitamin A, E, K, C, whatever the case be. So my oil mixture was kind of to cater towards, you know what, you may not know what you're missing, but maybe this oil can fill in the gap and provide like a surplus. But I am, because there's a blessing behind everything, right? This time around, I am going to work on simplifying my oil. So that's why I haven't like been, oh, buy my oil or this and third. I still have my oil. Like I still have plenty of oil. Like I said, I made sure not to run out this time because I had a really bad habit of making a batch and then getting my personal batch and then my selling batch, and everything used to run out. And I said, I can't keep doing this because I had to hurry up and like make some, because orders were coming in that I wasn't prepared for, and that was kind of unprofessional. But right now I am full of oil. I use olive oil on my daughter's hair and it works wonderful, and it gets heavy with in it, but it gets heavy with buildup. I kind of feel like that about other oils. I don't know. I think that's definitely hair related, as in like porosity and stuff, because I felt like with coconut oil, right? I felt like coconut oil used to not build up per se, but I felt like it created this real strange barrier where nothing was going in and out. So that's why I kind of fell back on it, because I'm like, it definitely does soften up my hair, but then it kind of didn't work well with other products. Like if I was using coconut oil 3 times in a row and then I would come back to try to use the grease, it's like my hair would be like, get this off me, and start feeling nasty. And that's how I'm feeling right now with a lot of stuff that I'm using. And it's like, what is happening? And the next thing to do would be the detox, right? Where you go to 30 or 90 days without coconut oil, castor oil, none of those, heavy duty oils, olive oil. but I don't have anything in the middle or lower than that. Like, I done pretty much designed my hair regimen based on how my hair was behaving anyway. So now I don't have much of nothing. Like, everything has shea butter in it. Everything has castor oil in it. Everything has olive oil in it. So it's like, what did I do? Like, I think the only product that I would be able to use would be my Carol's Daughter shampoo, but then what else? Like, I don't have anything else. So that'll be like a really sad, detox. Um, I think also with the postpartum shedding, one of my downfalls was I wasn't putting anything on my hair. So less wasn't more because I was not getting what I need, like eating wise. And well, no, I take that back because I was breastfeeding. So you got to remember with breastfeeding, they encourage you to eat up to 500 plus calories because the baby's getting, and then you have to get some. But the reality of it, in and it's not racist, but in African American women, it almost seems like we don't have to necessarily do that. Like, you'll hear more about white women not having enough milk or not producing enough more than you would a black person. In my personal opinion, like looking at stuff and research, we usually don't get that problem per se. And that may be because the foods that people look at as, oh, maybe I shouldn't eat that right now, we actually don't put that limit on ourselves. I know for me, I crave the bad stuff, and the bad stuff produced the most milk in my personal experience. Like, I remember the whole time I was in the hospital with Jace, no milk came out. But there's a lot of factors behind it too, because one, I had to starve for 2 days, well, 24 hours, a little more than that, because I had to have a C-section, obviously. Then I had to go 3 more days without eating anything. So, and I was really sick anyway. So, and I think the day I went in the hospital, I didn't eat anything. So I really was like, are you serious? Like, when I went in to check in that last time, I'm like, so nothing? I'm like, darn, I knew I should have went to McDonald's before I came in here. But that last day in the hospital, my appetite went bam, pow. And I said, hubby, does Pizza Hut still have that get 2 for $5.99 thing? He said, yeah. I said, okay, I want the cinnamon bun. I want the pasta. I want the breadsticks. I want the chicken wings. And I want the pizza. And at first I was like, why did I ask for all of that? Because I know I'm not going to eat it. But guess what, y'all? I ate it. And it got so bad. And he said, dang, this was for everybody. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but something just came over me and I'm really, really hungry. And guess what? When I got home, milk just went pow. like here I am. And I'm like, whoa. It got so bad, y'all. Like, I was in the hospital and Jace was hungry. He was starving. He lost like a whole pound and a half because I'm sitting here trying to breastfeed. Like, I was so determined. And then the nurse came in and said, it's your choice. You can keep going, or we can try to give him some milk, and then you can kind of go half and half when you get home. And I was so terrified because more studies show that when you do that, the baby will be turned off from milk from your breast altogether because they do not taste the same at all. And no milk tastes the same, actually. So, because I remember, I don't know, Jace is definitely special because when I got home and that happened and I let him latch on, he was like, oh yeah, this is what it is. And the rest was history. But the fear is always that that's not always a happy ending for most people. Most people, like I said with Ariana, that wasn't the case. She got the canned milk. She said, nah, she was almost like, I don't want your boob in my mouth. Like, give me the canned stuff. And I'm like, okay, girl. Okay. So, whatever. But, like I said, there's a drop in deficiency. Like I said, it's just what it seems like. To me, it seems like this is not a race thing. I don't want to make it a race thing, but it just seems like from like even my family and people I know, it seems like that we African American women don't usually have the milk problem, or the milk problem happens later. Um, like around 6 months mark, like then the body starts saying that's it. But I also feel like from studies, hormonal wise, that's based on the baby. Like the baby determines what comes out and what they need. So Jace was an eater for sure. But anyway, because he was such a big eater and because he wanted to feed and he fed often, like he would literally feed every hour and a half if you let him. I knew my body was taking out more than I was putting in because I was so focused on healing in him that I really wasn't eating regular meals. Like, so that was really bad. Or meals without substance. So like I said, you can definitely tell, like if I ate pizza or something, my milk would go crazy. But if I try to eat like salmon or something, I didn't hardly produce no milk from that, like at all. But anyway, that was my body. So this time, I'm going to try to make an oil that is a little simpler than my other oils. Because I still want to make oils. I still want to make DIYs. But I do got to talk about that too. That's another big thing. So y'all know by now, my refrigerator went out. In my refrigerator was my DIY stuff. So all of that had, like, all my rice deep conditioners, rice water deep conditioners, avocado deep conditioners, all of those had to go in the trash. And y'all seen the picture I posted. I made enough to last me probably for the rest of the year and plus some. And all of that had to go in the trash. I made some aloe vera water, trash. What else I made? I made some, it was some other stuff. Oh, DIY shampoo, DIY conditioner, leave-in, all of that had to go in the trash. All of that was gone. And I was sad as I don't know what, because I'm the type of person, when I'm driven and motivated, I'm like, oh yeah. So I was really down for the DIY. And then when that happened, I'm like, bro, I'm sick. I do not have the patience right now to make stuff. Like, I'm just over it. Like, I guess you can call it being moody, but I was being honest with myself. Like, I do not feel like doing all that all over again. I don't have it in me right now. And who knows, that could be a blessing maybe for some of you guys to actually drop your suggestions for other products. Because now, you see how fast things change. Like right before I got pregnant, it was like, man, I'm not going to buy anything else. But now I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather buy than actually make something right now. And that's okay. Which is why I said, I don't mean to come off biased when I do, but I'm the type of person, when I'm behind something, I'm strongly committed to that thing. Like if I'm talking to you about DIYs, I'm doing DIYs. If I'm talking to you about buying stuff, I'm buying stuff. You know, like I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you about something I'm not doing, which is why I was kind of hesitant about doing hair, because I know I'm gonna go like this. Based on circumstances, situation, you tend to go like that, which is why it's a good thing not to judge and not to pick and poke fun about people like that, because there are people like that. Me, I'm a indecisive person. But yeah, so all the DIYs gone. Like I said, the only thing that wasn't in the refrigerator was my oil, because a lot of people been asking about the grease and the butter, which, like I said, that hurts because I loved my grease and butters. Like I love I love doing that, and it was just so fun to me and so cool. And I even was about to get to the point where I probably start trying to put colors in my products. Y'all know I love purple, so try to make some like purple grease or something. But I'm not there right now. I'm sorry. I'm not there at all to make anything. I haven't even been mixing the oils. Like I said, I just so happen to have like about 4 or 5 like liters. Is this liter or pints? Like this big of oils that are just sitting there. Washing my hair makes me sick to my stomach, and it may be the perfumes and stuff in the hair products. So I've been, like I said, I've been washing my hair less, not on purpose, but because being in the shower period makes me really sick. Like even when I'm taking a shower, it just makes me sick. I do know from the last pregnancy, they was telling me that the scorching hot showers, which I love, are a big no-no. which I've kind of calmed down to like warm, but it still seems to make me sick. But I'm not gonna not shower, but I can not wash my hair. So, like I said, I've been trying to drag out my wash days to see if it made a difference in my hair. Now, one thing I noticed was, surprisingly, less shedding. And you may say, how? Why? I don't know, sis. Maybe it's more manipulation in teasing the hair so that, like, just like right now, like, even though I was just doing like these plaits, I still have, I don't know if you can see that, like little pieces of hair here and there. So that way by wash day, it's not there. That might be what it is. I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm just clueless right now. But, and I keep looking outside. I'm sorry because I keep seeing deers, like deers. And they just be chilling. But, like I said, the scary part is, because I know my biggest thing, my easiest things for me before was washing my hair, styling it in front of y'all, like my twist or whatever, and my DIY stuff. But all of that seems to be crossed off my list right now because of circumstance. I do want to maybe use this, because you know all things work out, right. Maybe I need to shift into simplicity. Like maybe I need to talk about how shedding that happens. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, like, or thinking about, you know what, your hair gonna shed regardless, right? You're not gonna stop. Matter of fact, that's what I want to talk about, y'all. And like I said, I've been really, and I'm not gonna call names, even though one YouTuber, it's like, almost feel like if I don't, I feel guilty about it because she just flat out lying. Like, good afternoon. If you are experiencing more shedding than normal, take your prenatal. Okay, I do take my prenatal vitamins. I don't take them like I should. But like I said, my shedding has, like, it is definitely gotten better. But there's this YouTuber, right? And I was talking, this is how crazy it bothered me. I was talking to my husband about it, and I know not to talk to my husband about hair. But even he was like, what? Okay, so it started when I was watching one of her videos and her thumbnail. And I was like, her thumbnail hair is actually longer than her hair. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to, y'all know, I'm a Christian. I can't help that, okay? So you want balance in your thinking. Like, what are some things that could cause this? What are some things that could have prevented this or caused shrink? Like, you think about all the things, because like I said, even right now, as y'all see, my hair is shriveled up a tad bit because I mixed it with water. But what's keeping it from drawing all the way up is because I use oil. But if I would have used like this butter, it would have shriveled all the way up. I wouldn't even, my twist wouldn't even look like this. So I have to look at the whole picture. But here's the kicker. I went searching for, I think, a natural or kinky wig or something. And that same picture came up. And I said, yo, that is not her. So then I go to the website and it's advertising added hair. Like the half a wig. And I'm like, oh, this is big. Oh, I'm turned off. Like, y'all, it's a lot of scamming and stuff going on in the natural hair community and these videos and stuff. That's a given. Some stuff you just like, man, you know, you can't tell everybody what to do, whatever. But it is one instance, because this is somebody I was faithfully following. I was like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, you didn't even have to do that, because from what I've seen, now I don't know. Because now, I mean, naturally, when somebody lies, you start looking at everything, right? Like, so what really grew your hair? Or is it your ethnicity? Like, you just start looking at these things like, okay, did I fall for the other stuff too? And matter of fact, I don't know. I don't know how much to go into this, because it's kind of, I don't know, y'all. Because I don't want y'all looking at me like, Shar, you weird. But I personally think Listen, it's like a part, like, because of how bad this situation. Let me tell you how bad this is. It's so bad that now it could be a coincidence because y'all know Satan is clever. That's why I was telling my kids. I said Satan is really clever. Like, you have to be smarter than him. And how do you be smarter than him? By thinking like God. In order for you to think like God, you have to read your word. But and I ain't trying to preach. I'm sorry. But okay. So, like I said, I saw that picture. It was fake. It was on the internet. And I said, yo, what in the world? And then I start, blaming myself. Like, it was common sense because the side picture, like the picture she used on her thumbnail that she used more than once, I think she used it like a total of 4 times that I counted, actually is a little browner than her. I think the lady in the picture is actually African American or black, and she's not even black. And yes, it was a half wig clip in. Like, it was, because like I said, it looks like this part was her hair, and then it was like a band that went from halfway on back, and it looked like a giant ponytail. You know when you're trying to make the ponytail look real fat and real thick, it was one of those pictures. Because me, I don't mind my edges being out because I've done a really good job, keeping them looking like something. But I don't care too much for a whole wig. There are YouTubers that lie, and I only follow ones that people. I'm sorry. Yes, I was in thought trying to read, but like I said, it's so much that I want to say, but I don't want to seem judgmental because I definitely don't. I don't know, because me and a subscriber actually was emailing each other about something, and I was like, do you want to be known as the person that exposes everybody else or just the person that teaches better? Because there's somebody else on YouTube that did that. Like, she started going in on other people and people call her a hater. But as one of my prayers to God is, Lord, help me to be of sound mind. I actually started going back and paying attention to what she was saying, and it didn't seem too falsely to me. Now, I don't know everything. Like, I'm not going to sit here and paint a picture like I know everything and I'm always right, because I could be making a mistake. But like I said, the person I was talking about earlier, I'm 99.9% sure that she's just a liar. And she used the opportunity to make profit. And then, right. And y'all know I'm used to, people hating on what I say on my Facebook, y'all. Because Facebook is like Vegas. It's like Las Vegas. Like, everybody want to post and say and do everything. And here I come saying, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't do that. And then you get, people start pulling the guns out on you. And I just learned to fall back. But, or no, one thing I did say, I say, you know what? My post, my opinion, my thoughts. Now, if you come on my post with that foolishness, I'm going to tell you. But I don't know. I do know this. This is what I did say to my husband. He even shook his head. I said, if somebody actually gave me, like, what do you think about this YouTuber? And they actually had a legitimate backing of why they brought that person's name to me, I would tell you if I'm for or against them. I would tell you. But you're not going to just throw names in the chat and I'm going to be like, yes, no, yes, no. If you like, no. Matter of fact, I'll leave that alone altogether because that could get real messy, right? But there's a lot, like I told y'all, I think almost a year ago, there was another YouTuber that I fell back from too that's really popular, and I haven't seen a hate video on her yet. And that's something else you got to deal with too. And obviously telling the truth is not being hateful. It's just like, yo, start paying attention to the stuff. But she too ended up making her own product. And then it's like, Sade, kind of, I always look this way first. Like, okay, even though mine was the other way around, like I came with my product first, then I started doing YouTube. But, like I said, if you point a finger, you always got 3 point back at you. And like I said, for me, it's just to teach better than to just point names. Like one thing that I picked up on, like I said, I was talking about earlier, you got a lot of people who are, don't go without washing your hair, or you got to wash your hair every week, or you got to deep condition your hair every week. I've learned that to each his own, and not out of choice, but out of hair. Like my hair is simply not your hair. Now, I do believe in similarities. Your hair is kinky coily, my hair is kinky coily. Probably more than likely, the same thing that mats your hair up will mat my hair up. The same thing that detangles your hair will probably detangle my hair. Some things are just based off experience. But there's a lot of things that have no explanation. Like me right now, like the fact that every 3 days my hair feels extremely dirty, and just to cover my ground, because this was the argument with grease. People say grease clogs you and pats your scalp and holds on to dirt to a certain extent. But I even went to it's been a month since so it's not that. It's been a month since I put oil on my hair. So it's not that. It's just, I don't know, must be something hormonal going on where my scalp was just producing. I think I did read about the sebum buildup. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's so aggravating, irritating. But one thing, like I said, I do want to do is what I kept hearing in my mind and my heart is be different. Be different. Be different. Because there's popularity and then there's integrity. And they can easily get like this. Like there's been times that I sit here and I was like, man, I'm gonna go buy this product because I think this will be something y'all like and that y'all watch and that y'all would, be in for. And it's like, but I really have no interest in buying that. And to me, that's just as bad and as false as just telling a lie, because if I didn't care about the product, why would I bring it to you guys? Because the whole thing is with each and every YouTuber is what I like and what we have a common interest in, and we can share that. Like y'all like grease, I like grease. I like oils. I like pre-poos. I don't mind a shampoo and a conditioner. I deep conditioner every single wash day. Everybody does it. So even when I go watch videos and find people, like I'm all for how can we relate and what can I learn from you? And then after a while, it becomes, you know what? You seem genuinely truthful. So then it gets to the point where it doesn't matter what they post, you're going to watch it. And it's a risk. Like it's no one way to figure it out. Besides some things, like I said, observing. Like I started being a little more attentive because now that I'm on this side, I can say confidently about certain things and certain things no. Like I said, from back in 2019, not one single thing grows hair. There is a chart. And what you need, in my fact, I'm going to draw this thing because we got to go to class today. We're going to go to class today. There's a chart, a pie chart. Everybody know what a pie chart is. Sorry about my circle. And it's real bright. But this is a pie chart, right? It is your job and your duty to do your research and figure out how much of what is in here. Like for me, I'm going to just put something out there. Let's see. I think almost half of my pie chart is dedicated to routine. My hair loves attention. And when I say attention, I mean detangling, separating, what else? My hair seems to love massage. Like what I just did, I just literally just separated my hair in my hands and moisturized and rub a product. My hair tends to love that. Like, yes, thank you for their attention. Some people tell you their hair don't like to be touched like that. Like as soon as they touch their hair falls out. that person ain't better than me. I ain't better than them. But what happens is when you get a whole group of people that when they come to YouTube, they type in fast hair growth, you're going to get the same people that tend to have their hair grow fast, but their routines are different. And the only way you will learn the difference in its entirety is if you actually took time to study them. And like I said, that doesn't make one person a lie over the other, but some things are just really evident. So like I said, my pie chart would be probably a little more than, I know you can't see, a little more than half would be routine. That would be routine. And then I think probably about 30%, no, because maybe about 15-20% is probably products. And I say that because you got people who preach products don't matter. Products does matter to me. It cannot matter to you, and you can still like me and watch me. I hope that doesn't turn you off, but products matter to me. Why? Because ingredients matter. So no, I'm not gonna sit here and say Camille Rose is natural, therefore go look at Camille Rose. I'm saying turn it around and see what's in there, because everybody here has favorite products, just like you have a favorite food or you have a favorite hobby. Like your hair would tend to favor something over the other. Like I said, my hair absolutely positively loves olive oil. Anything olive oil, it loves. Like it can be a grease, or oil, or butter, or cream. Like this stuff right here, this is some really inexpensive stuff. It got olive oil and mango, but I think olive oil is listed first. Yep, olive oil is the second ingredient. Water is first. And this is not even advertised as a natural product. It is the Elastic QP. I done did a review on this. The olive oil and mango butter moisturizer. This stuff is really, if I open this, it's really rich and soft. If I open this, I have to sit it just like this. And, you know, you can't see it. But anyway, it's some really rich and creamy stuff. I almost used it, but just because, like I said, I might actually wash my hair tomorrow, I didn't want to waste products. But your hair would show you what it likes. It's up to you to pay attention to it. Like I've been using my lazy time to really pay attention to, like, okay, I'm going to put olive oil grease on today, and then I'm going to come back in 2 days or 3 days to see what my hair is doing and kind of figure out what works. There is a such thing as a moisturizing product, and there's a such thing as a drying product. Meaning, hello, water needs to be first. If water's not in that product, it should not even be labeled as moisturizing, because water moisturizes. But we live in a market in a time where sometimes cute packaging overrides our common sense, and I'm guilty of that. Like, ooh, that's pretty. It look, and y'all, I was in a store with my sister, and it's so crazy. Me and her been going to the hair store, and she be like, this look like it works. And I said, how? Heartburn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. And I was like, how does a product look like it works? And she was like, look at it. Don't it look professional? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? The Pam spray is already ready for her use. Really? Wait, Pam? I ain't got my other. Are you talking about Pam? Are you talking about the food spray? I'm not trying to. So, is it Spam or Pam? I don't know. I do know another product that I think is olive oil based too is the pink oil sheen. Yes. The pink oil sheen is some sheeny, shiny stuff. I don't know how much nutrients in it, but when I used to get my hair relaxed, y'all, one pump and my hair looked just like on the little perm boxes, like really shimmery and shiny, really smooth. It wasn't too oily as long as you didn't use too much. but a little went a long way. I wouldn't use it now because I honestly I can't remember what the ingredients were. But I remember when I was being perm or silk wraps, y'all, one spray. I'll talk about you split your hair down like this and just go, and I think they say keep it like 6 inches away and just go shh. Your soul is glowing. I don't know what's in it. Besides, I think like I said, olive oil is probably one of the top ingredients, but that's some good stuff. I used to use the BB spray too, but that one, it seemed like you had to use more. Like I remember just like people all over the world join hands. Like I remember just the BB spray now. I remember just going ham. Hey Tanya girl, welcome. It's a little early live about hair and stuff, but I had to take advantage of me feeling good today, so let's go. But yeah, that spray was yeah. Who's the other brand? Uh, I got it. I got a picture of the can in my hand. I narrowed down my product stash to two companies: Natural Little Secret and Melanie Hair Care, the moisturizing rose deep conditioner, and Natural Little Secret. I want to. I have a really confident feeling about the Melanin Hair Care. Like this is what I've been doing secretly in my mind, which I know is going to. It's going to be so boring, but I kind of consciously have already made my mind where I'm at as far as like a brand. Like, I don't want to sound cliche and I don't want to sound like everybody else, but I'm really happy continually using Camille Rose. I'm really happy there. Like, all they needed, child, was a grease, and they got a grease, and I'm just like, all right, what you gonna say to that? Like, I'm really happy using them. And surprisingly, I'm still waiting because I'm like, I just want to make sure that Palmer's line that I bought, because my hair strands seems to be a little more poofier. And you may say, well, why would you want your hair fluffy and puffy? Because then you can't manage it. But for me, that's big hair. And big hair is okay with me. I want big hair. Like, I want my hair to be out there. I do know that that's something that's based on products too. Yes, girl. We would never, well, I have to be truthful. Okay, so I just tried a new grease and I wanted to put it on today, but the only reason why I didn't, because I'm like, y'all can see me and y'all gonna know that I like it because it's like my fourth time using it. Because I really didn't, I mean, I thought about putting the oil, I thought about the butter, but I'm just like, I really want to put the grease on. I've been using the grease like the past 2 weeks. But I can't show y'all because I gotta edit that video. But this is a grease that somebody told me to try a real long time ago. I'm talking about in the beginning of my YouTube days. And I just said, it don't look like nothing. It don't, see, I was using the opposite of what my sister was saying, I guess. I was like, it don't look like nothing. And Tanya, you making me laugh. Listen, yo. I mean, I think because my daughter just took her crochets out that I did, and her hair was naughty. It was naughty. And I'm sorry, y'all. Me too. Like, it seemed like braids are not my friend. I'm talking about those videos when they be showing people in the salon with the with like the weaves, the like they be taking out. I'm like, that would be me. Like, if somebody actually was recording, I can't do braids long. I can't. If I do, I'm in for a treat. But anyway, what we talking about? We talking about hair products. Okay, so I just got this grease and I've been using it ever since I got it. I have not even thought about using Blue Magic. Not to say I put Blue Magic to the side, because Blue Magic for me will always be the ultimate sealant grease. Like, if I'm making my twists and stuff. But as a daily grease, because I made a video showing y'all that some grease, you know, you put it on and you can just go. You don't have to come back to it. Blue Magic is one of those grease that you do not have to put on every day. And then there's some lighter grease that, you know, you might want to actually put on like every 2-3 days. So this grease right here, every other day, I'm putting it on. It's some really good grease. Like really good grease. But anyway, what else we need to talk about? Okay, so talk about hair products, chat on. I don't know what else. It's some other stuff. I will not wash my hair for 3 months tops. I would never raise 4 months. What's the name of it? I can't tell you because I have to put a video about it. I have to put a video about it, and then y'all can see. But that grease, like, is Blue Magic, and then that's that grease right there. And even I think honestly, because it says new and improved, and I honestly think that made a difference too. Because I want to say, when I first researched the grease, it only had one oil in it. That was olive oil. And yes, I love olive oil, but at the time it was just so much else going on. I'm like, I can just use something else. But now the ingredients are bomb. The ingredients is very similar to my own grease that I made myself, and I'm really happy with it. Really happy with it. Like, I could use that grease every day for real if I choose to, but I don't have to. Like, I think it's like every other day. It's really airy and fluffy, but you can definitely tell the difference when you put it on your hair. But what else, y'all? Okay, so just to be clear, so y'all can know where I stand. Like I said, if I go through postpartum shedding again, I'm going to cut my hair. Not because it's a trend or that's what everybody doing, because it seems like everybody has been cutting their hair lately, but that's not, no. If my edges go back to here again, I'm cutting my hair. And I'm going to cut it really low, and I will make sure that I got a wig or something that I don't mind throwing on, because that's the biggest issue is how do you wear your hair besides wearing a curly afro? Like, you're kind of limited. But we're going to see how fast this hair really grows. What vitamins? I got my prenatal. And also, y'all, listen. There is a such thing as, you know how you got a vitamin deficiency? There's also a vitamin overload. And last time I was doing the women's nails and hair vitamin, the same time I was also doing the prenatals. Does cutting it make it grow back healthier? For me, it's just an opportunity to see with the knowledge that I know now, will it grow back better? And two, to make it even. Because, you know, when you're going through postpartum shedding, that hair be falling out all kind of which ways. Like, it don't have no chill. Like, literally, for the longest, matter of fact, this side right here, matter of fact, you probably still can tell, this side here, yep, this side here went blank. And then this side here went a little lighter, and it's like, I look crazy. Like, it got so bad that I started to look at the hair gel edge control that actually had color in it, because I'm like, bruh. But then eventually this side kind of went too. And nobody wants to, you don't want to be seen like that. Like, that's so heartbreaking that you have to sit there, and especially with me, because I'm a very basic, plain, natural, like, I'm sorry, that's just me. That's just who I am. I'm just plain and basic. Like, I can go months without doing a twist out like I just did. Like, I don't know. Like, I like playing in my hair, but I don't like doing too much. Like, I like doing stuff like this, but that's about it. Which I got to put my pieces back, right? Yeah, I got to do that. If I'm going to throw my wig back on. But that's my hair right now. That's my hair. Can't really show y'all where I'm at because, yeah, I ain't done much nothing to it. But put my 2 plaits back in because that's how basic I am. What was I saying? But me personally, I recommend for me to go ahead and, if I start shedding like I did the first time, just go ahead and chop it. Because eventually the postpartum shedding does stop. Like, I don't want to give the impression like it's something that's going to happen for the rest of your hair journey. That's not the case at all. Your hair grows back. But you have to just take what you learn and go. One thing that I think that I don't talk about enough that I think does makes a difference too. I just watched a video for a fake tattoo edges. Just thought, man, I seen that, and let me tell y'all, me personally, I look at it like this: if everybody got the same exact amount of hair and the same amount of edges in a pattern, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's the fact that if it, you know, it's fake, it doesn't look official. I can't see myself doing that. Like, I cannot see myself using tattoo edges ever. Like, I don't care. I'd rather split my hair a different way. Like, I can't see myself doing that. Like, I don't care how bad it gets. I don't see myself getting tattoo edges. And I'm not saying anything bad about somebody who chooses to get them. But for me, the fact that I know that somebody else somewhere in the world got the same exact edges as me. And I mean, a lot of people may say that about wigs and stuff too, which I am particular about. As y'all know, I don't, my sister buy wigs. I don't buy wigs because a part of that is I want something that I can kind of make my own. Like, give me a whole wig with like a 360 frontal where I can make my own part and I can kind of, do my own thing. I don't know. I'm just particular like that. I just, no. Like, can you imagine two people with tattoo edges like in the grocery store and both of y'all beside each other? Like, I like your edges, girl. Thanks. I did the same edges. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. Like, I can't. Like, even with wigs, like, that's one thing about wigs too, because it's like, I live in Berksey County in North Carolina, and it's a very small community. And yo, like, can you imagine if y'all rolling up at Piggly Wiggly and y'all got the same exact wig and the same exact edges, and y'all just like, hey, where you get your wig from, girl? No, not me. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I just, no. Ever since I was a kid, and my sister, she'll tell you right now, she said, you were mean. And I believe her a little bit. But I think everybody thinks their older sibling was kind of mean because they had to be like a little more responsible. But she... I'm sorry. I am tickled over here. But I forgot why I even brought that up. I don't know. It'll come back to me. Oh no, I was saying how this was not supposed to turn into a roast. But yo, like I said, here down here, I don't know about nowhere else, but here down here in North Carolina, we have very limited resources. We have very limited hair stores. We have very limited shops to buy clothes from. Like, it's just, you have to be careful. Like, you have to be careful. Like, I even, okay, true story, y'all. Prom. So, here I am thinking I went a little farther than everybody else to a store somewhere to get my prom dress back in 8th grade, thinking, oh, nobody should be able to have this type of dress. Honey, to my knowledge and surprise, Walmart that year decided to sell prom dresses. Now, I didn't get mine from Walmart, and I'm not talking about anybody who did, because you get what you get. But like I said, because I went a little further, I thought that maybe I had the only dress like that. I get to prom, and not only one, but two people have a really similar dress to mine, to the point where I literally, y'all always been like this. I don't like copies. Like, I don't like nobody to copy me. I don't like looking like nobody. I will cut up something. I don't know. I would go the extreme to make sure that my outfit don't look like somebody else's. And this is coming from someone who was very poor growing up and very unfortunate. Like, most of my stuff was hand-me-downs and stuff. I just will make it mine. Like, however that means or whatever that takes. Like, I will make that mine. That's my pieces back. So I'm back. I'm back, y'all. And I'm just happy as a tit with these pieces. But that's me. I never like nobody copying me. I never like looking like nobody else. Like, I can't. I don't like it at all. Like, I would go real plain before I look like somebody else. And a part of having sisters and stuff, like, they used to like my stuff and they used to try to wear my stuff. But I hate it. Like, I'm like, why you got my shirt on? Like, people don't singing me in that shirt. I don't want you to be singing in that shirt because people gonna know we got the same shirt. Like, that was me. And I probably was mean about that because I did not play about that. Oh, I'm looking like Pippi Longstocking right now. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, so we have limited resources, limited stores. We have Ross, TJ Maxx, Rainbow, City Trends, which I don't even walk in there no more. Like, bruh, if y'all know, y'all know. Y'all up north people or west, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Bruh, City Trends has gone down. Like, at one point it was tolerable. Like, you look and you go through the PC, like, yeah, I can find something. Now, I wouldn't be called dead by anything from there. Like, the quality is poor. The sizes are mixed matched. I'm talking about, thank God for what's the word I'm looking for? Like an increase in like online shopping and opportunities and boutiques and stuff, because this is why when I get unpregnant, I'm really gonna start looking and investing into these smaller people who are buying stuff and selling stuff, because they look for uniqueness. My sister and mother wears the same size shoes, never clothes. They can't wear my clothes because I'm 6 foot tall. Really? You're 6 foot tall. That is so cool. And that's different. Like, I would literally, like, a lot of people, it's easy to pick out like the odd thing out, but I appreciate that. Like, I'm like, look, nobody, not too many people can say this but me. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, used to be when I was growing up, I had a Gap. What size shoes y'all wear? Because normally height and foot kind of do the same thing. But in my house growing up, I was always smallest. And you have a very average size foot. Like, very. I now tell my husband to buy size 8s and 8.5s because my foot is expected to, you know, do some things. Hopefully nothing permanent. But normally, naturally, I am a 7 wide. But here, you're not going to find many wide. So I'm always end up getting a 7.5, which I don't mind because I'm like, it's a 7. It's a 7.5. But in my house growing up, I was always the smaller one. That was bad because I was the oldest one. So I'm pretty sure my mom was like, screw you, because it wasn't no hand-me-down situation. But and my foot just stopped one day. Like, it just stopped. It just said, I'm not growing no more. I think I was in 5th grade. And it just stopped. And I remember my sister, my big sister, bless her heart, she bought us some shoes for Christmas. And she assumed, like, you know what, I haven't bought y'all shoes in a while, so you got to be in this range. And I think she got me, like, I think she got me, like, a 6.5 or something in kids. And, y'all, my foot was a 4 4.5. And I remember not only did she get like a big size, but she also got like two of the shoes. One of the shoes was like the 7 and the other one was like an 8. And it was so noticeable, y'all. And I'm like, oh, because we didn't have shoes. Like, we couldn't buy shoes and stuff. And it was like the one time. And she got some classic Reeboks, y'all. This was back like when I was like 5th, 6th grade. Couldn't even wear them, y'all. So mad. So mad. But anyway, I had real small feet. I was a 4.5 for a long time. I wore like a 4.5, 5 till I got pregnant with my daughter. I don't know what happened. They say with each child you grow an inch. My mom did it. My aunts did it. Everybody did it. I don't know. I'm holding on to my 7.5 now. Like I had Jace or whatever. I'm 4'11" and a half. I'm short. Yeah, you are. You're shorter than me. I'm 5'4", and I think I'm average height. I think. Like when I go out, I'm just like, yeah, I seem kind of average in height. My oldest sister is taller than me. I think my younger sister may actually be taller than me. My mom she got me about like a inch, but because she's older, she kind of slumped over now, so she's not. So, you know. And my brother is taller than me, and he's the baby brother, which I kind of saw that coming anyway because his dad wasn't short. But my daughter is probably, if she continues to grow, which I'm trying to remember, I think middle school is where I stopped everything except for my foot. And that's only because I had a child. My daughter is probably just a few inches away from being taller than me. My son, my stepson, we're the same height. And I expect him, because Jacob's 6'2", so I expect all the boys to be tall. Even my the middle boy, he's the little runt right now, but I expect him to just boom one day too. Like I don't know why I don't see them staying short, but things have definitely changed as being a woman and having kids. Like for me, like the snapback is always like yes, but then if something emotionally happens with me, it's like I always go to food. I always. So even with Jace, heaviest I was 227, and I dropped down to 177 with him, and then stress and then gain weight, and then I end up back to where my pre-pregnancy weight was, which was around 200. I have a love-hate relationship with being around 200, 190. I think my face is a little more defined when I'm that weight, but my body isn't my best friend when I'm around that weight. I don't know how else to explain that. Like I feel like everything that makes my face, like right now you can see, but when I get slimmer, I feel like it just becomes like this oval shape and it's just there. And I hate that because it almost makes me seem like I'm ugly or something. And it's like, my face ain't got no personality, but like now, like you got the cheekbones, you can see the chin cuff, like, I don't know, that I could just be weird, but that's how I be thinking. Like certain things I'm in favor of and not. Like I said, overall, somebody may look at me when I get down to like 177, like, wow, your body looks amazing. That's what I always get. But then it's just like, I feel like my face just goes up. I'm 29-year-old. My mom, my granny, and great-granny were all shorter than me. My baby girl is 10 and my height, her foot already is 7. Yo, kids, I don't know what they own. I don't know what's in food, but kids are huge. And I don't mean in fatness. I mean like, bro, I'm talking about in, like, they're just more structured and stacked. Like, yo, like I was just watching, I just seen like a post somewhere where this football player showed his son picture, and I I know, but y'all, I can't help it, Dion. I can't help it. I don't know. I just be weird because I don't do much, so I just be thinking about weird stuff. But anyway, this football player, he showed his son and him side by side, and his son in high school, he ain't even finished high school, is already his size of his father when he started the NFL. Mind blowing. If you follow sports and stats and like height and stuff, bruh, you know how drastic that is. That your high school son will probably more likely stack over you, and you're in the NFL right now. Crazy. My the son that's the same height as me, he's already in a size 10 men, which I kind of saw that coming too, but not so soon, I guess. Because my husband wears a 13, so I'm like, yeah, usually the men feet follow. Like, there's no way around that. But then there's, like I said, the middle boy, and I'm just like, he's such a runt right now. Like, he like a size 4.5 in shoe. He wear like still size like small T clothes. Like, I don't know, but he is getting taller. He's not getting wider, but he's slowly, surely getting taller. The competition right now is between my daughter and my son, because like I said, my daughter is not almost taller than me. She's like right here, but my son is the same height as me, and they're back and forth with it. Like, no, I'm not taller than you. But I'll be looking at my daughter like, just let him be, because I mean, you're already the mature one. Like, let him have something. But my baby boy is small. Y'all know, if y'all don't know, he is on Pediasure. He drinks that 3 times a day, and plus whatever food he eats. He's small. He's in the smaller percentile. I did not really expect that. I don't know, because I don't really have tiny, teensy, weensy, natural small people in my family. Like, but I don't have obese people either, if that makes sense. Like, kind of average. Yeah, like right now, I don't think there's anyone, male or female, in my family that weighs more than 250 right now. And that's just from what I know. I don't know, but I think, like, kind of analyzing, looking, I don't think nobody weighs more than 250. Let me see. Height wise, I think the tallest is probably like 5'11". It's probably the tallest, or 5'10" or 11 is probably the tallest in my family. Nobody that I know of has crossed over 5, like, or go into 6 on my side of the family. And then my husband, their men are like, you know, the men, like the buffy, masculine, here I am men. That's most of the men in his family. Like, that's how they are. But they do have a couple short ones. Yes, they are. When I went back to work in May, and 6th graders walked in, I couldn't believe how big and tall they was. Oh, this tall as my family is 6'4". Nice. Is that a man or a woman? The 6'4". But anyway, hair wise, everybody has hair. Even my granddaddy, when he died, he had hair. He had a high top fade thing going on. Everybody had hair. That's one thing that does not tend to happen in my family. I believe. How tall is your dad and mom? Because I think, you know how you figure like science got it together, but they really don't? I be thinking that all the time, like, bruh, what if we have been conditioned to think like genetics and chromosome play like this? Because y'all remember in the Bible, like, what's the 2 twins? Esau and Jacob, I think. How the Bible made it evident to kind of describe Esau, and Esau was nothing like Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where even though their father was blind, he could tell like who was who. You know, like, I just be thinking about stuff like God does what he does, obviously, but I think when we go to school and stuff, we're conditioned to kind of make God and science equal, and they're not. Like, God can do what he want to do, like whenever. Just like how An African American woman is the only ethnicity that can produce multiple racial children. Like a black person can't, I mean, a white person can't birth a black baby, you know, like stuff like that. To me, I mean, people may not pay stuff like that no mind, but I just be like, bruh, that is mind blowing. And that's not to put one above the other. I'm just saying. Um, what else? I have Indian in my family, but I don't say it often because growing up, it was kind of known as the go-to for like definition of like, oh, that's why your skin good. That's why your hair look like, you know, like I hate that because it's like, that does what? So then it's like you're no longer entitled to have these things because you're black. It's because of the Indian part of you. So that's why I don't even say that no more. And I would be, because y'all know they don't count anything past 1/8. And my mom, no, wait. I can't, wait, I believe my great grandmother had Indians on both sides of her. So that would be half, a fourth my grandmother, and an eighth my grandmother. Yeah. So I wouldn't count anymore anyway. They took away the 1/16. So like if there was any type of benefits and stuff for being Indian, 1/8 is the cutoff. Like you don't, like I can't put that on my testing paper. Like I can't say I'm Indian. But then as always, there's the issue with, you know, the father side of me, because I told y'all, if you remember, this is a long live. I didn't expect it to be this long. Thank y'all for talking with me. What do I say? I told y'all that I found out in my adult age that my father isn't my father. So the man that I grew to know as my father, he's not really my biological father. And my sister was telling me that my dad, I think, was it her that was telling me that he was black, but he could have been mixed or something. But this is what I learned through that situation. This is why I've grown from being, I used to be real stern in what I say and do, but now I have way more compassion and consideration about what people go through. You really do feel a void from not knowing where you come from. Like, I can't explain it, but there's times I sit here and just like, wow, I don't know who my father is. And you got to think about people who aren't Christians, who, because even though I don't know my biological father, I can say I have the Father, and he loves me and he knows me, even when I don't fully know myself. But can you imagine somebody who doesn't have that go-to, like they don't know God, they don't have that relationship, and they're literally sitting around wondering with a void in them? Like, that's some sad stuff. Because literally sometimes you watching stuff and it's like, wow, yeah, you know your mom and dad, and you for sure know your mom and dad. And then there's people like me that's like, bro, I have no idea what the man even looks like none. And I'm torn between, because this is the beauty. That's why I say, y'all, everything happens for a reason. If you don't know, me and my sister are about 15 years apart. So she was old enough to remember who the prospector is, or the, you know, possibility. So it's like, I kind of want to ask questions, but I kind of just like, I don't want to be aggy, you know, and I don't want to go too deep. Also, because somebody else was coming at me telling me something that kind of would kind of tear the family in half. Like, it's somebody who's already in the family. So, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say too much more about that. But it's one of those situations like, this would kind of lead to this and this would kind of lead to that. and would kind of lead to people probably mistreating people or disrespecting people and all this stuff. And it's like, all right, so it's like, do I suffer and just let it ride, or do I actually investigate and figure out what's going on? Because that's kind of where I'm at right now. Because there's a lot of things going on. Like, one thing about COVID and stuff, and like now, you really want to know like your full background history and your blood typing and all that stuff, because these things can be life or death for you in the future, which they kind of already are, but you definitely want to be really careful about all this stuff. Now some stuff you can avoid, some stuff you can't, like mental issues and stuff. I did do that. No, I didn't do the DNA. I did, do the history thing where you can just put names in. But it did not go past, because you got to think about, it's a paper trail. So, sorry, y'all, excuse me. Sorry. The problem is paper trail beats word of mouth and what's obviously known. Because if y'all don't know, back in the day, if you were married to someone, which my mother was, even if you weren't with that person, that child automatically got that last name. I think that's the most trashiest, disrespectful, weird, abnormal thing that could ever be a law, but that's what it was. So when my mom was having us, she was still legally married to someone with the last name Askew. So we all got Askew, even though obviously, naturally, our father was who he was. Well, not my father, but their father. Now, this is why I'm real big on God don't like ugly, and he definitely don't like a liar, because everything done in the dark will come out to the light. And this is not to put my mom on blast, because like I said, I got to a point now where I definitely do love her and I definitely do appreciate her. But let me tell y'all this testimony, or y'all might say whatever. But how do you do that with deceased people though? Like, that's my thing, because I wanted the DNA, my dad, like just to, but because my mom and another family member and my sister are like, he's probably not your dad, then, and obviously if you're going to tell it to somebody, that's because you actually feel that, like, I'm not going to come to somebody and say, well, like, whatever. But if like one of the persons that it could be is in jail, I don't know anything about the person at all. And like I said, one of the people that possibly it would get so messy, I would probably rather not know. Like, it's nobody in that family that I am comfortable going to and say, hey, can we do a DNA test? So that's where I'm at. But this is what happened in my mom's situation. She met my dad, or met him while she was pregnant with me, is probably what happened. And then there came my sister, my one next to me, Tina, then Janine, and then my brother, who obviously we know he has a different dad. But what happened was, with me, he didn't not claim me. Like, he never doubted me. And that's the hard part about this whole situation. I hope I don't get emotional. This is the hard part about this whole situation, is because he always seemed to have that, I don't know, like that connection. And even in this crazy thing, I remember my mom telling me a story. She said when she was in the hospital with me, he held me and he did not want to give me back. And even after that, he always kind of seemed to be a little more protective of me. But in the same token, if it makes sense, growing up, I kind of see there was like a more natural thing with him and my two sisters. But anyway, him and my mom, they did their thing. They was dating. Like I said, my mom was the mistress. So she got mad at him. She kicked him out. He went back to his wife. My mom, hey girl. So obviously my mom discovered child support. And in order to do child support, right, they start doing the, the mandatory DNA test. And thank you. Um, they did a DNA test, obviously, and he didn't ask for me. But in the same token, this also made me like, when it's like I said, y'all, I don't know why this is coming out now. I don't know, maybe somebody need to hear it. But I do appreciate sharing stuff like this because I do want y'all to know that I'm just an average Joe. Like I'm human. Like I'm not superficial or anything. But he never got a DNA test for me, and my mom never attempted to get child support. Which now that I look at it, I'm like, it kind of raised eyebrows, like like duh, like, because if she could have got money for me, she would have, because she tested my two sisters under me and they got child support. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the only, like, but him personally, this is, and like I said, maybe it's for me to understand what, like, have that limited mentality of who God is, because despite of all that, he never discriminated. Like, I remember after he passed, I was grown, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get my own insurance and stuff. And I remember going to a drugstore and they said, which insurance do you want to use? Matter of fact, this was before he passed. And I said, don't I only got Medicaid? And they said, nah, you got something under, and they said my father's name. And I said, this whole time he had insurance out. Like, this is, I'm sorry, y'all. It's so overwhelming because it's like, this is why I am so careful about, like, talking about, like, baby daddy, baby mama stuff, because one shoe doesn't fit all. Like, I know me personally, like, through me and his relationship and how he treated us and what he did for us, he won't no deadbeat. He handled business. Like, I found out later that my mom never gave him, because with insurance and stuff, you gotta have that social security number. So as a result of that, he went and got his own papers where his name is on our birth certificate. Like, and y'all, that choked me up so bad, because all my life, because of a rule, I had to see another man's name on my birth certificate, whereas naturally people were saying, no, this is your dad. And he did what he had to do. And I love that man for that he didn't let my hard-headed, stubborn mama stop him. He saw a need and he took care of it. And it was unfortunate because, like I said, I didn't realize he had insurance on us until we was grown, because all we did, we was in the system. So it was just Medicaid. But, which is, like I said, it kind of balanced me for my own thing now, because if y'all don't know by now, obviously me and my husband are a blended family. So his two oldest boys are my stepsons. They didn't come from me, but we're a blended family, so that's why I don't use the word stepson. And then my daughter isn't biologically his. She has her own father. And it has given me the greater grace towards treating him, because it's like everybody ain't raised the same, everybody don't think the same. And it's ironic too, because her dad's name is the same thing as my dad's name. And that kind of always softened me a little bit. And y'all may say it's just a name, but y'all, when all you have is a name, it's like, I just get soft about it. I'm like, okay. And that kind of softened me from, allowing whatever negative he does to kind of control me and my thoughts. But he's come a long way too. So I ain't, I'm not gonna say that bad about him, but it was a struggle at first. But this all goes back to how you're raised and how you see things and your perspective. Like for me, even though my dad was kicked out of the house and my mom was being mean to him, and he couldn't hardly see us like that, he made a way. He made a way, and he always tried, and he always put forth the biggest effort. And that's the message I delayed to my daughter's dad is, look, where's your feet? Put your feet one in front of the other. yes, we're not together, but us not together doesn't mean you're not together with your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and after some while, I think he finally got it and said, you know what? Even if I ain't got no money, even if I ain't got no job, I need to see you. And that's all I need him to understand, that even in my own situation, like, I didn't know my daddy's personal life that much. I mean, I knew where he worked. I knew his little hobbies. I knew what he was good at. I knew enough. But what mattered to me was I saw his face. And I saw his face often enough. That's what I remember. I don't care about the fuss and fight with my mom. I don't care what they disagreed on. I don't even care the fact that my mom was a mistress and he was married. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, as a child, I don't care about that. All I care about is, do you come see me? You know? And that's the message I had to lay to her father. Like, do you just see her? See her. And she is a daddy's girl. Like, I'm odd person out. Like, literally, because she's a daddy's girl to her biological daddy, and she's a daddy's girl to Jacob. So, like, she'd rather listen to him than me. And I'm cool with that because, for one, I trust Jacob wholeheartedly, and he's a God-fearing man. So he's not going to tell her anything that I wouldn't tell her. He just know how to take the emotional part of it and give her the straight facts. And who, you got to appreciate that. But, like I said, a part of me does feel like I need to handle that, but then people are so immature, y'all. And I can't even blame, like I said, we're talking about another marriage situation. If that's the bottom line. Like, just like how I told y'all that my dad was a married, the guy that I know to be my dad, just so y'all understand how he was a married man, this person was a married man too. And that's not good. It's not good. Like, it's just not good. But anyway, I ain't mean to get sentimental, but at least y'all know who I am. Like, that's my background. Y'all already knew about the other stuff. Like, I grew up on food stamps and WIC and all that, all the programs you can imagine I grew up on. But my thing is, like I said, what y'all may say, went to world, bring it all home. Like I said, my whole thing, what I've been looking at now is, there's a lot of more common people than superficial people out there that they need God, they need hair advice, like plain and simple, plain Jane, like me. Like, you look hard enough, you're gonna find people just like you. And usually God has a way of bringing people together, like different stories and history and backgrounds and personality and characteristics. Like, God got a way of bringing people right where they need to be. And like I said, somebody probably need to hear that. I don't know. Hopefully, my wish after my own situation is, you don't want nobody to have to go through that. My husband got arrested 3 years after we got married and been in prison ever since. Dang it, I can't read. How do I have no idea how to keep my chat up there. I don't have my other phone, but thank you. And y'all, like I said, I ain't had no other choice. Like, it was either I fold and everybody else suffered behind me. Because like I said, I was the oldest living in the home because me and my sister are 15 years apart, and she moved out and she was gone. I reckon she said, forget this mess. Because she has a different father. And he definitely has portrayed that, and you the outside child. Like, he's projected that, like, I ain't married to your mama. And that's just what it is. Like, and people sometimes, like, and sometimes I look at it like it's harsh, but there's a reality behind accountability. Like, you have kids with a married man, there's consequences. There's, first, you have to answer to God. And then you have to reap what you sow. And a lot of times when you go through situations, circumstances, the hard part is accepting the fact that if I did something leading to this, then I have to pay for it. But we don't want to hear that. My mom is fit. So you on the spectrum, like you're just like that. But I did see y'all say pray for Rising. I gotta read the message. I can't see it. I'm sorry, but we pray for y'all as a group. I think we do have to do better singling people out, not just when we know about bad stuff, but when you feel led to pray in general. Like, sometimes I hesitate and I just wait for the Holy Spirit to tell me what it is I need to pray about that person, especially if I'm not praying out loud in a public setting, to figure out I did see something about your husband. Like I said, I do remember praying for my subscribers as a whole, and like I said, marriage kept coming up. Like, it kept coming up. I don't know who that was for. Like I said, I'm not a prophet. I'm nobody, but certain subject matters do stick to me longer than others. And me and my husband, our live tomorrow is gonna be about marriage. But marriage is definitely under attack, y'all. I don't know how I got 20% so quick. But and not enough people are talking about marriage, because all you see is get it how you want it when you want it. That's what you see everywhere. And it's so sad, because there's glory in the divorce rate. I saw something about poker. I don't know. I can't read fast. But man, the biggest thing that God is trying to get us to see is that we have to go through life. And the biggest thing that Satan tries to give us is that we can avoid life and what it stands for. Like, everything the devil try to put in front of people and the young people, and the misconception about, false happiness, is that you're in control and you get to pick and choose. But please understand that God is in control, right? And he knows everything. He understands everything. And one thing that people don't want to hear, and it does hurt, is because, like I said, I look at my situation, I'm just like, bruh, God, why in the world would you even let my mom go sleep with a married, like, why? Knowing that, because this is something, like I said, we talked to y'all about Eric Davis, which this is one of the conceptions that my husband does not agree on. And because of my own situation, I'm like, I beg differ. He doesn't believe in generations affecting generations. He feel like to each his own, like everybody has their own thing. I personally feel like there is generational stress, generational ignorance. Like, I feel like that does have some matter to a certain extent, and he doesn't at all. Like, he doesn't feel like one generation is related to the other at all in a matter of spiritual warfare or spiritual walk, spiritual faith. He doesn't believe that at all. And his justification is scripture. That, like I said, I'm not here to argue that. And the scripture, because in the Old Testament, you will hear and see a lot about I was only trying to say life will throw you a curveball. We need to put God first and trust His will. Yes. I know that I am one of the people you were praying for, because my marriage is absolutely under attack. Please, I will. I definitely will. Like I said, for me, like I said, because we have a duty as a Christian couple to always present our best in front of y'all, but we have problems. Obviously, like I said, we're definitely opposites. And like I said, most of what he teaches, I'm 100% behind him. Even if I don't understand or comprehend in the moment, I do know better to not go over my head. I know that much. But like I said, even this generation thing, I feel like because it's more feeling like coming from the heart base instead of like heart and logic. I feel like a lot of things that connect like this, he quickly dismissed. And for me, because I know better, I'm like, bruh, nah, there's God made the brain and the heart. Yes, the heart is deceitful and wicked. Nobody knows it, but God does. And whether we consciously know it or not, we make decisions like this. We go like this. Whereas we should go here and let God affect here and here, we often go like this. And that brings a lot of stuff on us that could have been avoided. But anyway, there's a lot of things that I want to talk about as far as like the ratio and relationship between the man and the woman that are more emotional based, but also scripture based, because this is something that someone said, and I said, you know what? And my husband, he saw it, he quickly dismissed it, and he was like, nah. And I said, but then we had another conversation. Let me tell y'all what happened. So somebody posted that emotions aren't bad. God gave them to us. We just need to learn how to use them for his glory. And obviously he dismissed it like, nah, we need to dismiss our emotions. We need to cut them off. We need to throw them in the trash. But then we was talking about heaven to our children. And I said, you know what? I said, based on your perspective, we won't feel anything when we go up there. And he said, no, I think we'll have emotions to a certain extent, but they're going to be for God's glory. And I'm like, but don't we learn, you don't think we're learning that now? Like how to use our kindness and our love and our sorrow for his glory now? Like, because you can't just go from, there will be no weeping, no crying, no sorrow, because those are actions or adjectives based on emotions, to saying that nothing's going to be going on up there. Because what happens, or what do they say? Joyful noise, joyful praise, like shout, like happy, exciting. So is there a pick and choose of emotions, or is there nothing? Because God, we're not, zombies, right? We're not robots. Like, we are created to worship him in spirit and truth. But isn't that emotion based? Because mind you, we didn't choose God. God chose us. So there is something on the inside of us, the Holy Spirit, who is a he, who is part of God, that that attaches us to him. And even with Jesus, because mind you, they said Jesus sinned not. He didn't sin, but guess what? When they was gambling and selling things and all this stuff going on in the temple, he came in there and he was angry. Angry is an emotion. So I'm just like, we got to do a little study on that one, because I don't see us going to heaven being zombies. I don't think we're supposed to be zombies now. Like, we have emotions, we have feelings, but we are to learn to use them for his glory and to have self-control. Because even, like I said, let's go back to the story of Satan, right? Satan had to persuade the other angels to get out of here. So those angels in heaven had to have emotions. Like, if they were just, I just use the word, I don't want to use the word zombie, but like they had this, straight and narrow mentality, no emotions, no feelings. How did they get persuaded from heaven? And when you think about Michael the archangel, he's a fighter, he's a warrior, he's a angel of wisdom, right? That is, you can't just, I'm gonna fight with a smile on my face. You have to mean business. You have to be serious. Like, we're going to war. You have to have a war face on, But we talked about Adam and Eve, y'all. Like, we know biblically, I can't know. How do I say this? Yeah, biblically, right? We know there's a reason why there's a three-way blame. There's Eve, Adam, Satan. Satan is who he is, and he does what he does. So that's understood, understandable. Like, you Satan, you want to kill, steal, and destroy. Eve is deceitful for not going to her head, because that's what we do now. Like, we want to do everything on our own. We want to make our own decisions. We think we're superior. We think anything he can do, I can do better. So Eve has her share. This is why everybody has a punishment. Satan, woman, and man. Even the punishment, like I said, is so obvious that people, choose not to understand, is one of the woman's punishment and the man's that's together is that the woman will forever want to be over the man. Like, she will want his position. And guess what? That affects both of them, and that affects the household. It's a war. So everybody got a punishment. So technically, or we know truthfully and biblically, everybody is to blame. Everybody. Everybody got a piece of that pie. Everybody got a piece of that wrath. Now, some may look at it like, man, it seems like the woman punishment kind of is like mind, body, soul, everything, right? Like, we have to be submissive to the man now. We got the body pains through pregnancy, and y'all, that alone. That alone is some bad stuff, because even scientifically, men can't handle the childbearing pain, but we go through this. That's punishment, baby. Whoa, I don't even want to think about it. But anyway, we end up talking about God anyway. Praise Jesus. But we're gonna be praying for marriage, probably even fast. Like I said, we ain't exempt. Satan comes in when he tries, and we're already in a stressful situation. Like I said, y'all, with the refrigerator, and then our stove, like, because Satan knows that, he knows what stresses are out. It stresses. I'm sorry, I got oil on my hand. He knows what's stressful to us. He knows what's gonna start stuff. And one thing about my husband, if it costs him money, he's gonna be stressed out. He's gonna be mad. He's gonna be frustrated. He's gonna be tired. He's gonna be all those things. And for me, this time it was like, yo, you literally took away the two things that I use to provide for my family. So I feel like I'm nothing right now. I feel like I'm useless. And that's not a good feeling. Like, I am a stay-at-home mom. I cook. How can I cook without food in the refrigerator? How can I cook without a working stove? Then my car. Y'all know the story. My car, 2003 Pontiac Grand Am, paid for, but it's acting like it don't love me. Just yesterday, I tried to get in my car. It would not start. I know it started, but it wouldn't go forward. And then it acted like it didn't want to go backwards either. Just attack. All these things to stir up some anger and some emotions that we ain't got no business letting take over. Like I said, we got to have self-control. And like I said, stuff like, and I told y'all in the post, stuff like YouTube and my hair, man, I'm not, I ask God to let us not let that consume us and change us, because it does change people. It does. Like, you look at people who went from like the under 10,000 or 2,000 subscribers to the people who have made it, there is a difference in how they think and how they move. And you got some that'll flat out say, hey, I'm gonna deal with whatever makes me money, and they make a career out of it. So they have to put their energy into making sure the money comes in. But you got to remember, with that comes deception. Like, you doing reviews and stuff for a check, and then come back to say, well, oh, this was crazy. And it's like, yo, I don't know how we think it's okay. You make a video on a product, they're paying you, so you're make sure you click the link and buy this product, and then you come back 2 months later and say, well, let's be honest about these products. That's deceitful. Like, the same way you lied to them saying, yes, I'm going to say something positive to you, and then you turn to your subscribers and you lie and tell us that this is a good product, we don't bought it, and then you come back after we buy it and say, nah, I wasn't really feeling it. That's a liar. And I feel like there should be some other avenue, a way that you can make money without being deceitful like that. Like I said, y'all, I had, true story. Crazy thing is, because this just happened, like back to back. I had 2 people come at me and say, we saw that you did a review on our products. Mind you, I went in the store and bought everything, well, the wig. But I didn't buy that wig. My sister bought the wig. And the shapewear I got from the store on the ground. I didn't buy it online. But I had two companies, braid and wig company reach out to me and a shapewear company. And I was like, see, that kind of pisses me off because you should know from the video I said, well, in the description box. So maybe they didn't look at the description box. But I said, I do not condone wearing shapewear while you're pregnant. I don't believe in that at all. At all. Like, and I have some concerns about that because you got to think about it. If it's not healthy for you to lay on your stomach or lay flat on your back where you're compressing your organs, why would it be good for you to wear shapewear? Like, it's not. But anyway, so they reached out to me talking about we saw that you did a review. We want to send you something for free. First email. The next email comes in and say, you'll get a commission off, a $5 commission off every purchase. Don't believe that either. But then they come back again and say, how about you buy it and we reimburse you when you give us a picture? What? What am I gaining from that? Now the hair, you hate Pontiacs. I love them. I ain't gonna lie. I love Pontiac Grand Ams. I love them because they look. I like sport cars. I like Mustangs. I like Camaros. That's my thing. I like to go fast. But anyway, now I need a van. A van. Wow. But anyway, so if I could advise anybody, and somebody may say this is real bias, and I don't care. I'm standing behind it. As soon as someone say that it's a PR or Chevy, mine just let me know. No, it's always Team Chevy. Like, it is Team Chevy forever. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some explanation of what's going on. Like, don't give up. Yes, I am. I definitely get a high speed. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna flex on y'all. Jace was in the car the other day. He was just being him. And I guess I went around a curve a little too fast, and his car seat was sideways, and he was sleeping. He woke up. He said, "Yeah." Said, "What's wrong with you?" His his car seat was like this, and I said, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what got into me." Now, of course, I do calm down when the kids are in the car, so don't judge me at all. But yeah, sometimes the speed comes out. But what I do is I take advantage, like when we have to go on the highway, I'm like, let me drive. That way I get to do 70, and I enjoy it. And sometimes my husband ain't looking, I try to do 80, but sometimes he catches me and he say, chill out. And I say, okay. And then I can't speed no more. None of my car's computer got out of control and jumped in the air and landed on. What? What? What year is your car? Wow, that sucked. I think I need to put my charger in. Maybe not. Hold on, y'all. My phone wants to die. I don't want to. Hope I didn't moon y'all. But my husband hates Chevy too. He hates Chevy. He don't really like Ford either. He like Mazda. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody I know with a Mazda has a pretty good history with their car. And he got his 2010 and it's paid for. And that's probably my next go-to, like, everyday car. And he's been driving a Dodge. But isn't it sad how the quality of American things aren't up to par? That's sad to me. Like, we can't even depend on our country for, well, we ain't got quality health insurance, quality government, quality assistance. Like, why did we think our cars would be better? But like I said, I don't hate Ford, but I will get a Chevy over a Ford. But I do like Mustangs. Like, the Mustang's the only thing I can't quite let go of in the Ford family. But I like my speed. Yeah. But right now I'm in a position where I ain't buying no car, so I gotta take whatever my husband think is okay. And me and him had totally different. He's definitely more like, I just need this car to last forever, and I'm more so, you don't have to last forever, but you need to look good and be cute. But there are some cars that I absolutely positively probably won't ever, like, I will argue with him before I get in them, like Escorts, Ford Escorts, Tauruses. I don't see myself in them cars. um Ford Focus, no. Fusion, maybe. um Camrys are okay. Well, Toyota itself is okay for me. Like, I think they're pretty durable. um Dodge, I don't know how we got in a Dodge. um he's not a fan of Dodge, I'm not a fan of Dodge. It just was a big car, we just needed it, so we got one. But neither one of us are a fan of Dodge. It's like, we pray it lasts. He definitely takes good care of his cars. I don't drive it often, so that might be a good thing. Oh man, I hate Chryslers. Man, everybody in this area, like, not to go to the Chrysler dealership. You know not to get a Dodge. Excuse me. What's the other car? Nothing Saturn. Like, these things you just know. A Volkswagen Amarok. I don't, trying to remember what it looks like. Now, let me tell you a car that surprised me. I had a Saab. Don't ask me how I got a Saab. I just had a Saab. And now it was a buy here, pay here place. So they get cars from auctions, but they do not know what happened. They don't have no history of them before. So we can talk about cars that have been in water. Oh, that's cute. That's a cute car. It's really cute. But okay, so wait, let me make sure I got this. Is that small? I don't even need to be looking at small cars. Like, my heart is in small cars, but I done messed up. I done had another kid. And y'all, this man really said that he's not getting fixed. And I done changed my mind about tying my tube. So we're going to be messing around driving a church van on a regular basis. I told him, because I don't see none of my functioning stop working anytime soon. It's SUV type pickup. That's what threw me off. I'm like, the Hilux sounds like a SUV. Okay, in comparison to, like, the Honda CR-V, is it about the same size or a little bit bigger? I love Honda. I think everybody likes Honda. I don't know nobody that hates Honda. I love Honda. Like, I would drive a Honda anything. But I definitely, like, if I could go and get one off the lot, it would definitely be the Honda CR-V. Like, no questions asked. I would just drive that right off the lot. Probably wouldn't even test drive it. Just give them the money and go. Because I think they're really cute. They look momish. Like, they look like, kids. Oh, man. So the gas is, so you're willing to put some gas in your car. I can't. Gas makes me mad. I don't know about nobody else, but it just makes me so mad. And I feel like since we had the gas shortage, or the gas hacking, whatever was, man, I feel like somebody still hacked something, because I went from putting I knew to a T, I went from putting $23 some change in my car, a full tank, to $32 in that Pontiac. I am not okay. Does anybody have the time? Y'all know my husband got the phone Bible study. I ain't trying to have him fuss at me. It shouldn't be nowhere near 7:30 though. But what? I wish I would pay $4. somebody gonna get a moped. You hear me? And I'm gonna put them kids in a bucket, and we going down the road. But yes, Eleanor, a church van is where he's headed because um our Dodge has two, three. Wait, how many seats we got? Two, three, three. 8-passenger vehicle. And the only option is the van. And then after the van, it's going to be the church van. I would love, y'all, I have a secret desire to ride a horse. But y'all, Jacob ain't for that. No. And I don't want to do it by myself. But honestly, if we got, I don't know if y'all watched The Walking Dead, you know. I would be my go-to would definitely be a horse. Because a horse eats grass. And yes, they rest, but they can rest when I rest. But I wouldn't mind living with a horse. Not with the horse, but you know, as transportation. I wouldn't mind that at all. But let me see. I'm trying to make sure, God, y'all, we done talked about everything. We done talked about everything. Did I cover all the things I came for? I talked about my hair. I talked about my YouTube channel. Oh, well, if y'all have, all my people dip. They don't like talking about cars. Everybody dipped out. But if you have any ideas for content that I can do as a pregnant woman involving hair, let me know. If y'all have any remedies, let me know. Let me know. For my morning sickness, my all day sickness. Like I said, for the most part, it's nausea and fatigue. And I still don't have a doctor appointment. I'm 10 weeks and 2 days, and the doctor has not called me not one time at all. It hurts my feelings. So I'm like, can I get a heartbeat? I haven't even got a heartbeat yet. Like, I just want a heartbeat, y'all. I did want to do this on a separate video, which I still might. But, so I was looking into, like, because obviously y'all know that, yes, peppermint has been helping me. Gum has been helping me. Taking my vitamins, I always get nausea on the vitamin. Because mind y'all, I'm not eating a full meal. Or I may eat 1 meal a day. So, if I am taking my vitamin, when I remember, I'm taking it like at night right before I go to bed. And that's because I probably just ate. Like, I can eat at night. For some reason, I can't eat during the day. The ginger peel itself, ginger ale. Like what form of ginger? I got ginger seasoning, organic. I do have ginger tea, but I have anything hot makes me more sick. So I ain't even tried. Like, no teas. I haven't done any teas at all. And that's because my preference is hot tea. I don't like the teas cold. I like them when they're hot. Thank you, Eleanor. But I do have nausea medicine, but I try not to take it because it gives me a headache. And this thing, like I said, my natural teas like chamomile and ginger, I've tried them cold and I don't like how they taste. I don't know what it is, but I don't like how they taste at all. What else? Like I said, the watermelon did help. The watermelon helped. Pickles helped. For the first time. It didn't help with Jace, but they're helping now. What else? Sodas. It sucks, y'all, because I'm not a soda person, but soda has helped me more than anything I've named. That's the sad part. Like, and I'm not talking about light sodas like Sierra Mist, because I hate Sierra Mist, but Mountain Dew is like, it cures me the whole day. It may be the caffeine, I don't know, but I know that's not, you don't just sit around and drink no caffeinated soda all day while you're pregnant. That's not a good thing. Your baby heart rate is already faster than normal, so you don't. I hate that I did it with Jace, and I'm trying my best not to do that this time. I would say it appears I have a peekaboo stomach. I can't do cinnamon. I have like this allergic thing with cinnamon, so I can't do cinnamon. Um, what else? Hmm. I do have certain comfort foods that, like I said, chips is a big one. Sour candy. Um, Man, I love me some sour candy. Like, I love me some sour candy. Like, I will fall asleep with a sour power straw in my mouth. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not a candy person, but all of a sudden I am a candy person, but I only want that kind of candy. Crackers, no either. Crackers, the Cheez-Its did work with Jace, but this time I'm just turned off. I did get a cucumber to cut up and kind of sit it in vinegar. I got lazy. I don't know. Well, no, I fridge. So I had to throw it out. That's what happened. What else? I tried drinking an organic aloe vera juice drink, and it kind of made me sick to my stomach. But like I said, I'm gonna revisit this. I made a list. I know you can't see it. I made a list, y'all, of the old wives' tale, which y'all know, for the record, I'm a Christian, so this is just for fun. Like, this, please don't be that person. But y'all know that they have like the cravings and stuff based on, you know, what you might be having. Like I said, I do want to do a gender reveal, and I do kind of want to be a surprise to me this time. Last time by accident, because I got a big mouth doctor. He came in, was like, I already know what it is. And I'm like, I don't want to know. And then he ended up saying, look at this big old boy. And I said, I just told you that I didn't want to know what it is. But he was like, oh, my bad. And I was like, that don't fix nothing. But anyway, hopefully this time, I don't know, because I think around the time I found out what it is, because my regular doctor is having surgery, I don't have to worry about that part. But I do think it will be fun. Like, cravings, they claim salty means boy, sweet means girl. Morning sickness, they claim that no is a boy and yes is a girl. Mood, happy is boy, moody is girl. Sleeping on the left side is boy, on the right side is girl. Chinese calendar, boy, girl, I didn't even look that up. Headaches, boy, yes, girl, no. Baby's heart rate, less than 140, boy, greater than 140, girl. Mom's skin feels dry or soft. Dry is boy, soft is girl. I can say, oh, I've been tearing my pickles up, y'all. I see y'all comments. I've been tearing my pickles slam up. Like, wake up, pickle. Snack, pickle. Matter of fact, I need another jar right now. But anyway, my cravings, I would say if I had to pick one, it would definitely be salty. Morning sickness, yeah, all day sickness, hello. My mood, I've definitely been moody. I've been moody. Sleeping on my, where's the ginger chews? Where? Tell me. Y'all can't give me half information. But anyway, headaches, yes. Baby heart rate, I don't know yet. And my skin has been extra, super duper dry. So based on this list of old wives' tale, I'm having a boy, but we ain't going by that. Where are the ginger chews? Y'all tell me where they are. Like, I'm so desperate. Like, it's to the point now where I can't halfway function. Because I'm the type, when I'm in pain, nothing else matters. Like, I don't be thinking straight. I forget stuff. I get an attitude, and I'm trying not to give my husband hell because he's already the breadwinner. Like, he's the one working, and he already stressed out and got all these responsibilities. So I'm trying to be really nice and submissive, but my attitude has been on 10. Amazon, they are Prince of Peace. So I gotta order something, y'all. Come on, y'all. Like, I'm ready to go to the store right now and get me some chews. Oh, I've been loving peanuts. For 2 days, I've been able to drink room temperature water. I also buy them for the Asian store. Look at Walmart. Y'all have like ethnicity stores, like Asian and stuff? Dang, we don't have anything. That sucks. Like I was watching a stationary video of, I think she was Asian, and she was talking about stores like on Morning Glory. I was like, bruh, we don't have stuff like that. I am from North Carolina. I'm in the sticks. Like when I look out my window, I think there's soy beans growing, I think. And I have a woods and I have corn on the other side. Like I am country. Like I go outside barefooted and I can go outside in my nightgown because I don't have any neighbors. They might be ignorant, but nobody sees me. Like why would I go put on clothes to come back outside? Like, nah. The only downside is that I do worry about my kids' social life because with the pandemic and stuff, it's like no school. She's at Ross, Marshall, Amazon, Trader Joe's. Don't have a Trader Joe's. Marshall's, yes. Ross, yes. So I have to remember when I go 50 miles up, GNC also 50 miles away. This sucks. I'm gonna try Walmart though, because sometimes Walmart be surprising you, like for real. But one thing that I see, there goes the rabbit. Speaking of country life, big old fat, looks pregnant rabbit looking out my window. This is my life. One thing and I was talking to my kids, I said it's definitely a plus and minus about your location because usually west and east, like going up, there's more opportunities for like businesses, like sprouting businesses and ideas and opportunities. There's more support for small businesses, and then there's more of a variety of businesses, like definitely based off ethnicity. Like here, it's pretty cut and dry. Like you have chains. If you're not a chain, you're probably not going to survive. And when I say chain, I mean like Walmart, Food Lion, Marshalls, Ross. That's just what it is. But like I was telling my kids just yesterday, I said, when you get older, you'll understand that your geographic, like your location, also can reflect your political insight and the way you live in your environment. And I said with that, I mean, people say we're extremely strict and conservative, but one thing I do appreciate about that is that you're not going to see like a pride parade down here, like just out in the open. You're not going to see that. And like I said, I'm not judging someone's attraction to the same sex because you can't help that, but you can help how you act and how you parade that. That's obviously the Christianity mindset. And like I said, stuff like that, like you're not going to see here. And you don't have to worry about nobody wabbing a finger in your face or trying to push something on you that isn't biblical. But on the same token, there is a stiff-neckedness down here that, man, if you do fall and make a mistake or you fall in error, that you're probably going to get stoned to death. And, I mean, slowly but surely you start seeing a difference, but that's what it is. But sadly, unfortunately, or it's not really, I don't know. I guess is it good or bad? Like here, two obviously homosexuals walking together will probably get looks still. Now, it's obviously to the point where they know, hey, you can't bash them, you can't hate them, you can't look at, you can't be funny, but you still get those looks. People still voice their opinions about it. We still, matter of fact, I passed somebody the other day going towards my mother house that has a Trump 2022 flag. And it sit here and had me thinking, I'm like, that's not even a 4-year difference. But they are really sure that Trump's going to be back in office next year for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Like, but yeah, this is the country life. Like, really preserved to a certain extent, I guess. Because like I said, we have, like, I know at least of 3 married same-sex people. But they're all women. Like, there's the DL of the men is still really prevalent here, because I personally know people who live in a double life, and this sucks, because that's what me and my husband was talking about too. We definitely gonna do a live on when to speak and when to be quiet, because we're talking about